Hello, this is a prelude to the beginning of the podcast. I just want to first and foremost thank you for listening and acknowledge that the audio throughout this entire season has been terrible. Please give me grace. This is my first time podcasting and I'm learning as I go along. I thought about re-recording this episode, but I just felt like it was what it was. It was a good final finale. And so I just want to prelude this. It will get better. Thank you for your support thus far. Let me know what you thought about this season and some concepts that you would like to see me potentially talk about in the future. But without further ado, here's the season finale of the Blossom and Rise Love Supreme season 1. Thanks. Welcome to the Blossom and Rise podcast. I am Amber Choicello, your host, and this is season 1's finale of the Blossom and Rise podcast with an emphasis on A Love Supreme by John Coltrane. Excuse me. If you've been listening to the podcast thus far, thank you so much for supporting, even sharing or commenting on the content. It really does help the show grow, and then also helps to confirm that I'm in my soul's alignment, my soul's purpose. So thank you so much for that right off top. I feel like this is an important finale. It's an important episode because I'm just going to just be recapturing what we've talked about A Love Supreme thus far. All right. Hopefully you've listened to the album A Love Supreme. I think it's like 4 or 5 songs on the album, and it's jazz. It's beautiful. And there's so many ways that we can connect to the love supreme or God consciousness, higher power, whatever you identify that word to be. And excuse me, we need to remember that in this times of chaos is not just happening in the United States of America, that chaos is happening worldwide, that we need to remember to stay grounded and seek in spirit, okay? We are spirit having a human experience, okay? Remember, Earth is a school for our soul to evolve, to learn lessons from, all right? This is not a final existence, okay? We move on from here. But while we're here, we have to remember where we originate from, okay? Our original essence is that of spirit. Just recently, I realized something that I've been sharing on my Substack. So if you're not following me on Substack, check it out, okay? If you're interested, the link will be down below. If you're listening to this on Substack, what up, okay? Thank you. But in all seriousness, though, I just had this epiphany that I am not a therapist. In fact, that shit makes me cringe, okay? What I chose to do for my career doesn't identify who I am as an individual, all right? It's definitely helpful to have the expertise and the education, the experience to do more of my spiritual work for sure, but it doesn't define who I am as an individual. Just like your experiences, education, your expertise doesn't define who you are as an individual as well, right? It's about what are you using those skills to do, right? How are you being of service to others, right? The ego is important. Obviously, psychology, it's important, but it can hinder your growth and your evolution as well, okay? So just remember that. You are not what you think you are. Okay, we could dismantle that and just go a lot deeper. Not going to do that on this episode, but I am working on creating conscious relationship mentoring. I already offer it, but I'm thinking of offering it as a package. It's like therapy, but not therapy, because we talk about conscious things, energy, spirit, things of this nature. Talk therapy is great, but I feel like it's limited to so much, right? Like, I've been noticing a lot of my clients that struggle with anxiety actually are empathic, actually are intuitives. And teaching them about, how to protect their energy, how to discern energy has been powerful and powerful. That's empowering, empowering to witness, and then having them realize, oh wow, like there's a reason outside of science as to why I am the way that I am. I'm not going to say that all people that struggle with anxiety are empaths. I'm not saying that because I don't like blanket statements, but I will say that there's a large unsaid amount of people that have anxiety that are actually intuitive and empathic. Okay. So it's important to realize that and nurture those skills. All right. Because that's a gift, to be able to tap into the energy field of another, to be able to walk in the shoes of another person, which is a lot of the problem that we're experiencing now, where people with these policies and whatnot, they don't care because it doesn't affect them until it affects them. And that's where human consciousness is lacking. That's very low vibrational. All right. We all have a purpose. Otherwise we wouldn't be here. All right. Our differences unite us. Our differences gives us the opportunity to learn and grow. Okay. And so in order for you to understand that, you have to raise your consciousness, raise your level of thought and understanding. You do so through spiritual development. Okay. I want to take a quote from John that he stated about the love supreme. And it was just here. Give me a moment. It was just here. Here we go. While he was writing A Love Supreme, he stated, "Yes, it is true. Seek and ye shall find." And what he was referring to was God, or otherwise known as God consciousness for those that don't identify with a deity named God. Remember, we do need polarities and we do need dualities. Okay. We need that in order to grow. If everything was perfect, we wouldn't grow. And remember that God consciousness is all that there is. All that there is. The dualities, the dualities and polarities, it's all God. We're all representative of God consciousness. So we have to remember that. Even in the hardest times, change is shifting right now. Okay, it's shifting, but change must happen in order for change to happen. When you heal, you go through some gnarly shit. Okay, it's not all roses, it's not comfortable, it's not beautiful, it's ugly. We face our shadow self, right? We face all the negatives that we've experienced and we focus on healing them. We bring it up to the surface so that we can observe and work through them, process them. We don't get over them. I hate when people say, oh, let's just get over it. I'll just get over it. Get over what? I give them an analogy of a bridge. So you're crossing over a bridge and there's all this shit underneath the bridge. You could choose to walk across the bridge and go about your business. However, you're still going to look back and that shit's going to be there. Versus you actually taking conscious effort to clear that shit out so that when you do decide to cross over that bridge, there's nothing to look back towards, right? It's the hard work, but it's doable. Okay. Change is inevitable. Okay. Growth is actionable. I just made that word up. It sounds really good. Follow me here. You can do all things that you want to. All right. Remember, you are a conscious being. You are consciously creating the reality for yourself, whether you're aware of it or not. So why not be aware of it? Why not be aware of it? Okay. And that's, a love supreme, really. Remember to practice the spiritual activities that I've discussed throughout the seasons, like learning how to ground, meditate, energetically protect your energy. I am getting ready to release my empath protection kit. So if you're interested, send me a follow. I'm going to let my community on Substack know first, and I'm actually going to release the kit to my second tier membership. So if you're interested, definitely check that out, see what all that entails. But I will have actionable services to help you go onward and help you evolve and learn how to have. You hear barking? I'm sorry. Hold on a second. I'm back. Mendo had a little disturbance. That's him yelling at squirrels. But I digress. Okay, so And also be wary about who you spend your time and energy with, because everyone that says they work in the light do not work in the light. Okay. If you're looking for, help with healing, I would definitely still recommend that you access an individual that actually has experience and expertise in said areas. Okay. And it's okay, again, to ask about the level of education and expertise when you're looking to work with somebody. Okay. It's valid. Because anyone can look online, anyone can use ChatGPT to say XBC and that be it. No. Put yourself in good hands. Trust in your intuition. Trust in the things that are being said to you through your spirit. Learn how to communicate with your higher self. Learn how to communicate with spirit. All of that is through meditation. A basic foundational practice that is so paramount to your evolution. I promise you. I promise you. Okay? So I hope that you've really enjoyed season 1. I'm going to be structuring season 2 for Blossom and Rise podcast. I'm not quite sure what that's going to look like yet. I have some ideas, but I really want to thank you for all your support, your commentary outside of the podcast. If you like what you've been hearing, please follow me on my Substack. Okay, that link will be down below. And check out my website, www.blossomandrise.com. And I'm on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all with the handle of @BlossomandRise. All right. I am looking to transform Blossom and Rise into life. That's my baby, and I'm trying to nurture her to life. Okay. And really be in my soul's purpose, really just be fulfilled in that, doing mediumship, offering intuitive guidance, conscious relationship mentoring, collaborating with other like-minded souls or like soul energies, to help promote our greatest growth, because right now we need it. We need to remember that we have the power. We have control, all right? We may not control things that are outside of ourselves, but we have control on what we have over ourselves and within ourselves. That counts, and that's major. Do not fall into the chaos, right? It is now time to blossom and rise, and if you allow me, we can do it together. That's all I have for the season finale episode. Thank you so much again. Thank you. And I will see you soon. Bye for now.